Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to dive into the world of accounting and learn how to prepare a two-column cash flow. This is a fundamental skill for everyone who wants to understand financial record keeping. And of course, to illustrate how to prepare the two-column cash book, we will be using a real-world example of a business that deals in building and construction materials. We have the business transactions, as you can see, and we shall see how they are recorded in a cash book. So grasp your pen and paper and let's get started. Malaika started a business to deal in building and construction materials in Mukono town. The following were her transactions for the month of January 2018. Those are the different transactions of this business. I'll move to the requirements of the question to see the requirements of the question are very clear, as you can see on your screen. We are required to prepare for January 2018 a two-column cash. What I'll do after looking at the requirements of the question that I'm required to come up with a two-column cash book, I have to open up one. So I have to write this cash book up, but I'll start with so my title will be Malaika two-column cash book for the 2018. That is Malaika two-column cash book for the month of January 2018. Of the cash book, remember the cash book has two sides. It has the debit side as well as the credit side. The debit side, the business is receiving money, either cash or a check, that will be recorded on the debit side of the cash book. This cash book, there has to be a column for cash as well as bank. In fact, when we try to look at the cash book, there should be a date column. There should be a column for folio. As you can see, there should be a column for cash. The bank column that is now on the cash book, because this is the two-column cash book. So I have to show the column for cash as well as the column for bank on either sides of the cash book. In the credit, we still have date, details, folio, cash, and then bank. These columns, then we have to start looking at the transactions one by one. Look at the transactions. On 1st January 2018, 20 millions as capital was in cash, while the balance was on the business bank account in Center Bank. So this is capital. Malaika is starting the business with the 20 million as capital, but 2 million is in cash, and then the balance is on the business bank account. That balance is 18 millions, such that when you get the 18 millions plus the 2 millions, it adds up to 20 millions. So in your cash capital, they have cash at hand. They also have to debit your cash book on 1st January, as you can see up here. Show capital, but then I show that there is cash of 2 millions, then bank we have 18 millions. So that is the first transaction. Then paid rent. This is a payment. They are paying rent by check, 3 millions. Payments are recorded on the credit side of the cash book. So my cash business paid rent, 3 millions by check. So you credit your cash book. Then on the next date, withdrew, that is on 5th, withdraw millions from the bank to be used regularly in the daily operations of the business. Withdrew shilling 3 million from the bank to be used in the daily operations of the business. Now, this is a contra. This is a contra. When it comes to a contra for cash book items, this is where both the debit and the credit entries are shown in the cash book. So Malaika is withdrawing shilling 3 million from the bank, but this money is to be used in the business. Therefore, cash increases. So the business receives cash. The cash at hand is going to increase by reduce because this 3 million is withdrawn from the bank. So this is a contra. And how do we record this? The details on the debit, I have to use bank as the details. Then I have to put a capital C in the folio column because this is a contra. Then I show that our cash has increased. But remember, bank has reduced because this money was withdrawn from the business bank account. So on my credit, I have to show the details that will be cash, contra. Then I show that bank is reducing by 3 million that has been withdrawn. On 6th, purchased cement from Seroma Traders Limited, shillings 2 millions. She paid shillings 1.2 cash and the balance is payable after a month. Now, the total value of the cement is 2 millions, but in the cash book, I'm only interested in how much has been paid. At that moment, the business paid cash 1.2. This is a purchase, so the cash reduces. So on the credit, on 60th, purchases, the balance that was not paid, it is payable after a month. That's what I will enter in the business cash book. Because the cash book, we are looking at cash inflows and cash outflows. So the balance of 800,000, we don't enter that in this cash book. Sold cement for cash, shillings 200. This is cash. So you see on my debit, we are receiving cash of 300,000 simply because we have sold. We received some cash. So debit. Then on 9th, purchased plumbing materials, shillings 4 millions from Nakasero Traders. She paid plumbing materials, shillings 4 million from Nakasero Traders. She paid 2 million cash and the balance payable at the beginning of February 2018. This is same treatment. The I'll only record the 2 million cash that was paid out of 4 million because the balance of 2 million is to be payable at the beginning of February 2018, and in my cash book I'm January 2018 where we have cash inflows and cash outflows. So cash outflows or inflows in the next month, we don't enter them in the cash book of January. This is a payment of 2 million cash, and I have it in my cash book as you can see online. Purchases 2 millions cash. Amount, don't record it anywhere in the cash book for now. On 10th, purchase tiles shillings 5 million from Miller Traders Limited, paid shilling 3 million through the bank and the balance payable in 2 months. This is a purchase, so it's a payment through the bank. So I will credit my cash book with only 3 millions, but through. So this is my cash book on 10th, as you can see, 3 millions bank. Sold tiles shillings 400,000 from Kasa, who paid 300,000 cash and the balance payable in a month's time. In my cash book, I'll debit the cash book with sales. Then I record the amount, the cash, that is 300,000. That is 11. My cash book has 11 sales, 300,000 cash. Then we moved to 14th, paid 13th. Returned plumbing materials worth shillings 500 because they were damaged. These are goods that have been returned, so we don't enter this return in our cash book. And of goods, and then cash was paid back, but of course they have just returned 1,000 to the sale traders because these goods were damaged. So this transaction, we don't enter it in the cash book. It's on my cash book, it's not there. Cash book, we don't record the goods that have been returned. No, we are just looking at the movements of cash either in and out of the businesses. Paid offloading expenses, shillings 50,000 cash. This is a payment, so the cash book has to be credited. Offloading costs 50,000. That's on 14th. So we'll record that. Then acquire the computer, shillings 1.5 million cash to be used by the bookkeeper in a records management. This is a credited cash book. 16th, computer, cash, we record it as you can see here. 16th, computer, then we record the cash column. Cash. The municipality business license, shillings 500,000 through the business bank account. This is a payment through the bank, so cash book, that is on 17th, we credit cash book. Business license, bank column, 500 was paid through the bank. Obtain a bank loan, shillings 30 million from the Central Bank. This is a bank loan, shillings 30 million. Money was received from the loan, that is on 18th. Bank loan, 30 million. Bank column. Then from the bank on 17th, on 18th, used the business bank loan to buy a used truck, shillings 28 million. She made a part payment of shillings 25 million through the business bank account. So out of the bank loan to buy a used truck, she made a payment, a part payment of shillings 25 million through the business bank account. So I will record the 25 named through the business bank account. The balance, I will not record that in cash. The balance of 3 million, because we have not yet paid. I'm looking at how much the business has paid. The business has paid 25 million. So in your bank column of the cash book, you see there's a 25 million. Details struck, as you can see. Then sold cement, shillings 1.2 million cash. I'll debit my cash column. Details that will be sales, as you can see, 1.2. 30 seconds. My cash book shows that we made a sale and received cash of 1.2. Then next, banked cash, 1 million, banked cash, 1 million, banked cash, 1 million. So this is still a contra. You will see that cash book. So if you bank cash, It means that your cash has reduced, the cash at hand has reduced, but your cash at bank has increased. Present that cash book. 24th, cash. Contra, bank, 1 million. The business banked cash. So the cash at hand increases. So the cash at bank increases by 1M, but then your cash at hand will reduce. That's why you see that on the credit, on 24th, details bank. Cash column there is 1 million, indicating that our cash has reduced simply because we have banked it. Okay, so that is a contra. It should appear on the debit or as well as on the credit of your cash book. The details are very, very important. If cash is increasing, then if it's a contra in the details column, I'll use bank as the details. Then I ensure that my cash is increasing. On the credit side, if cash is increasing, but we have withdrawn money from the bank for business use, I will show that. So in the details, I'll be using bank, but in this case, we are banking cash, so meaning that bank is going to be debited and then cash column is going to be credited. So the details are very, very key. Sometimes you find someone in the details has cash, but the amount has been in the cash column. No, that would be wrong. If it's cash, then the bank has your details, then the money should be in the cash column. So always also note the details as you're entering. Should be matching, but it should be the opposite. If I have contra, then the amount should be in the bank column. If the amount is to be in the bank in the cash column and it's a contra, then the detail will be bank. Purchased spades, slashes and holes, shillings 400,000 cash. So you credit your cash book and your cash will reduce following that transaction. 25th, purchases, cash column 400,000. What else do we have? Paid utilities, no. Sold tiles 3 million to Class Construction Limited, who paid shillings 2.5 million. Check only recorded the 2.5 million that we have received. The balance, we don't look at that. This is a sale, so the cash book will be debited. Paid utilities, it's a payment, utilities, and then you credit the cash column with 100,000. Paid staff overtime allowance 1 million by check. This is a credit. So staff time paid or allowance, then you record the amount in the bank column. That is 1 million. 10 shillings 200,000 who paid by check. This is a sale, but through the bank. Purchased eucalyptus logs shillings 300,000 cash from Forestry International Limited by cash, so you'll credit your cash. So this is my cash book. Of course, now we are going to see how we can balance this. We are going to see how we can balance this together. You have to find the cash book is bigger. Of course, after finding out the bigger side, you have to amounts on the debit, you also add those on the credit, you add bank on the debit, you also add your bank on the credit, then find out which is. Let me try to see just from here. Let me try to balance up my side is bigger. My cash is 6.7. Then for the bank, let me try to see bank side. Here I have this. Let me also debit the credit to find out side is bigger. But of course, for the cash column, you expect the debit side to be bigger. spend what you don't have. For the bank, you need to really confirm, but for the cash column, it will be greater. Okay, in this case, you see that now the debit side is greater. That is for both cash and smaller. So what I'll do at the end of the month, that is 31st, I'll say balance carried down. So I have to get the balance carried down. You can confirm them, and then my bank will also be this is greater than the credit. Remember, your totals should be on the same side, on the same line always. So balance carried down. To get the balance carried down, what I'll have to do already, I will say cash. I have my 6.7 minus this total of 6550. Then when it comes to the bank column, I'll get my 51,700,000 minus 35.5, and that will give me 16.2. So it means that at the end of the month, the business has some cash at hand. That's 150,000. It also has 16 millions, 0.2 on the bank account. I have to show that now my debit and the credit side. My debit and the credit side are now equal. They are now equal. So I can put these totals in this here. Of course, I will have to bring the balance brought forward. That will be on the opposite side of my cash book. That is, we have balanced. I've inserted the balancing figure. So on first, first Feb, we have balance brought forward. We have a balance brought forward. For cash, it's 150, and then for bank. So that is your cash book. For the balanced, that is our cash book. So this is the two-column cash book for the month of January for Malaika business. So this is how the cash book should look like after balancing. Thank you for watching. I remain your tutor, Senior Hamilton. Don't forget to share this with your friends. As long as you believe that they can benefit from this, please share. Yes, you have questions, you can share them in the comments box. Thank you so much.